Everybody, welcome to 𝗂𝗃𝗃. I remain your amazing friend, Happiness, because I care so much about your well-being. So, welcome to the month of May, and this is me officially wishing you a happy new month. And of course, this month of May is going to be better than the previous month. So, today we want to talk about queer attraction. Last week we considered a particular scenario, and that led us to our discussion for last week. So, today we also want to consider another scenario which will be leading us to talk about the possible causes for queer attraction. And subsequent week, we are going to talk about the way out of queer attraction. So I'll be reading out the scenario, and I want you to pay attention to me even as I read it, because it's going to be what we are going to be considering for our talk for today. And mind you, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, and at the same time, don't forget to share this video, like, and at the same time, comment. Very important. Okay, so just pay attention to me as I read, and just pay attention to every details I'm going to be saying here today. Okay, so I'm going to be reading. I am a lady. Whenever I see an unknown girl or a woman, I used to feel like doing sex with them. I can't control my emotions. Okay, before I continue to address what I want to address today, is that what exactly is queer attraction? Okay, so queer attraction is just simply known as abnormal sexual attraction. And why do we call it abnormal sexual attraction? The reason why we call it abnormal sexual attraction is that the normal sexual attraction that God created for every man to have is an attraction towards, an attraction from a male to a female and from a female to a male. Not an attraction from a male to male and not an attraction from a female to male. Or not an attraction from a male to an animal, or not a feeling that you want to transgender, like you want to change, you don't just want to be like somebody, like another gender. That's not the kind of feeling, and that's not the kind of attraction that God created us to have. That's not the kind of attraction that God gave us as a gift. So, and that's why it's called abnormal sexual attraction. Okay, so we want to talk about the possible causes. But before I continue, I just want to highlight some few points I think I can bring out from this scenario. And at the same time, this is just like an advice to that person, or probably if you are watching me and you find yourself under this, under this practice. I'll be advising, if you've not gotten married yet, I'll be advising for you to paint anything called marriage for now, because marriage is not going to be a good option, and marriage is not going to stop that practice. It's not going to stop that attraction, actually. So I'll be advising that we should paint anything marriage for now, and let's talk about this matter actually. Okay, so I said I'm going to be highlighting some few points before I talk about the possible courses. And mind you, I said possible courses. Okay. So the first thing is abnormal attraction. Okay, I'm trying to highlight some points in the scenario, and inability to control one's emotions, and also attraction to strange women. So those are the points I could be able to analyze from the scenario. And let's quickly look at the possible causes. The number one possible cause for queer attraction is hurt. Unforgiveness, past experience of sexual abuse, trauma, hatred, like that. There are so many persons that when you begin to ask them that, why are you a queer, like why are you attracted to somebody of same sex? Some of them, you begin to look at their experience, their past experience, you begin to realize that they were once abused sexually. Some of them probably verbal abuse, probably emotional abuse, probably physical abuse, or any of these things. And as a result of that, it led them to having a hurt towards the opposite gender, probably a male or a female. And they begin to tell you that I don't want to have anything to do with this gender. I just hate this gender. Unforgiveness and pain, hurt, and many like that. So that's one of the possible cause for queer attraction. The second possible cause I want to give us for queer attraction is inner sense of self. And this mostly talk about low self-esteem. There are some of these people that the reason why they are attracted to the person of same sex sexually, it's because they have a low self-esteem. Some of them feel that they don't deserve better. Some of them feel that the only person that can like them or that can love them the way they need to be loved is the person of the same sex. They believe that nobody else can treat them the way a person of same sex can treat them. So they don't want to give in to another person of another sex. They have this low self-esteem towards themselves, and they feel that no gender can handle them the way they should be handled. So that's one of the things, that's one of the possible cause for queer attraction. The second possible cause for queer attraction is adolescent syndrome. Okay, somebody is asking, what does it mean? All right, I'm going to analyze that. There's this thing that comes with puberty stage, and there's this thing that comes with adolescence. That, okay, let me just say puberty stage. And when, especially for female gender, when you begin to discover some growth, some level of growth in your body, you want to feel it. You want to explore them, and at the same time, the attraction begins to grow and go beyond you exploring your own body alone. You also want to explore the body of the other person beside you of same sex. You also want to see how it feels. You also want to know how it looks like, or does it also feel the way yours feel? Praise God. Okay, does it also, or you just want to feel it, Ali? You just want to know, you just want to answer that curiosity. I believe the person, you understand what I'm trying to say. And that's why sometimes if you see children of this adolescent age, or people that just start growing to puberty, you see that whenever they want to play with each other, they just want to feel each other's boobs, they just want to feel each other's butts and or stylishly. And if care is not taken, they begin to derive pleasure in it, and the abnormal attraction begins to get closer, or gets more. But if peradventure they have somebody around them, to tell them this is it, this is that, and all that, or probably the person is growing in a home that is a Christian home, is a faith believing home, that they know the word of God and everything. So there will be a level of restriction, there will be a level of correction and reorientation. But that's one of the possible causes that can lead to queer attraction. Another possible cause that can lead to queer attraction is excessive training, most especially for female athletes. Please, I said possible causes. Okay, so excessive training, most especially for female athletes. I've observed that most of these female athletes, there is a kind of training that they do that if it gets to a particular time, their physique begins to change, and their physical body begins to look like that of a male physical body, and begin to affect their psychological aspects. And when that psychological mindset is being affected, and also there is actually a level of growth in their hormones and their testosterone. Yeah. So there's this strategizing of psychological aspects of them, and begin to affect their sexual desires also. It begin to affect their sexual attraction also. Of course, it might not be in all cases, but some cases. So it's part of the possible cause for queer attraction. Another possible cause for queer attraction is environmental factors or intake contexts or associates. Okay, this thing, they're together. For instance, if you find yourself in an environment that the people you have around you are people that they practice this kind of practice, you'll be made to believe that it's a normal lifestyle. Or if you find yourself in an environment that the set of persons in your environment are just people of the same sex, you don't have another kind of sex in another gender, or the other gender rather, in your environment. You really have, let's take for instance, you are a male, and the only people you have around you are just male. So it's possible that you might want to have a queer attraction. Another thing again is the kind of content that you watch. Last week I came across a post by Professor 𝗖𝗵𝗿𝗶𝗶𝗶𝗍𝗂. He posted a particular cartoon that they were trying to depict the fact that lesbianism is a normal thing. It's normal for you to be attracted to somebody of same sex, and it was celebrated in that movie, in that cartoon. So let's say for instance that somebody watched that kind of cartoon, or a little child watched that kind of cartoon. The little child will be trained to believe that that kind of attraction is normal. I mean, why it is abnormal. To be trained to believe that kind of attraction is normal and it is good. Another thing again is associate. The kind of persons you move with, kind of persons you work with. What do they say? How do they act? how do they walk, how do they talk. And another thing that might even cause it is, okay, just as I said, I find yourself in an environment that you just only have your own gender in that environment. And that brings me to the fact that some of these schools are no mixed schools. Of course, I'm not saying that all mixed schools are bad or wrong, but then it has its own side effects also. So that's part of the possible cause for queer attraction. Then another possible cause for queer attraction is chronic sexual addiction. And this is a situation where a person no longer has control over his or her sexual cravings. They feel so helpless, confused, and always introspective of what they have done. When sexual attraction gets to a particular moment, so it will get to a point that the person will not be able to control his or her cravings, and he begins to have abnormal desires, abnormal attraction. That's just how it works. When you've tasted all the, what would I put, when you tasted all the meats, you begin to have abnormal cravings towards tasting another meat, and so it might sometimes lead to queer attraction if care is not taken. So chronic sexual addiction also leads to queer attraction. Another possible cause for queer attraction is that lack of understanding for basic principle of life. And what is the basic principle of life that we need to understand as a man? That you only live in accordance to God's design. We believe that as a man that we are free, and sometimes as a man we begin to mismanage our freedom, because we begin to feel that since I am a free man, so I'm free to choose my gender, I'm free to choose my sexuality and all. But I'm here to tell you that sexuality is not chosen, but rather you are meant to accept your sexuality and appreciate it, and know that you are wonderful and marvelous the way you are. Please, you need to understand that. And another possible cause for queer attraction is that it could also be a demonic attack. One of the things that the Bible makes us understand is that when a man sleeps, the enemy comes to put tears amongst the wheat he has planted. So that's one of the things that the enemy does come to do. The enemy is at the verge of causing abnormal things or spoiling the creature of God, or spoiling the work of God. And that's why the enemy has come to sow the seed of lust into the hearts of men by attacking them. And I'm going to say this even before I round off today's session of Hope Clinic. The enemy is at the verge of spoiling the work of God. And that is why he has come to attack the desires of men and try to make their desires so abnormal. And because you understand how powerful sex is, you understand how God cherishes sex. So the devil has come to destroy the works of God, which happens to be sex, by attacking the desires of men and by giving them abnormal desires different from the desire that God has placed in them. So I'm telling you, as a person, if you're beginning to notice this kind of abnormal desires and queer attraction in your heart, is a quest for sitting down to meditate and ask few questions. What is leading to this? And also a quest to moving closer to God, a quest to pray, and a quest to ask God for help. Because actually the world and social media is making us feel that it's a normal way of life. It is not the normal way of life. It is called abnormal sexual attraction. So by God's grace, we are going to talk about how to break out of queer attraction. So anticipate me next week by God's grace. So my next week will continue from here. So let's call it a day. Bye.